Hey, hey, a little bit late. I was stuck in the back. What's up, y'all? Happy Saturday Morning Live, Season 6, Episode 41. Let's get some Lock folks assemble! Oh, shoot. Hold on. No, don't click there. Okay.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Kind of pointless since we don't have music, but I do need my alerts, right? Are you connected? Are you good? Still haven't discovered any music yet. Oh, I knew that went out. Dang it. Hold on. Get a little scented oil candle since I got the door open. It smells like fair. It smells like fair. We did go to the fair. We talked about that last week, and Tim and I went. Was it Monday or Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday that we went. Didn't spend as much as we normally did, which is good, just because, the pizza sucked. The hot dog was okay, or the corn dog. We got some tacos from a place that has a taco place in Ridgeline, so it was kind of local. Because they actually have a restaurant, and they were really good tacos, soft tacos. So we are going to add them into maybe our lunch list, because I am frequently up that way. Bloop. Gonna get my Mississippi cold drip all stirred up. Yeah, I saw that pumpkin. Did we ever do a pumpkin command? I don't think we did. No. But we do need to add a pumpkin command, don't we? I can do that right now. That's fairly easy to do. Obviously, we got to go purple. Purple pumpkin. That's more red. That's more red. Red and orange is not going to come out. Okay, there. Let's try that. Brightness. Yeah. Complete. Uh, nope. Whoops. Let's add that too. Bam. No delay. Duration. 60 seconds. I wish I could do a longer, like a perma duration. Yeah, I guess I could if I did it a different way. Let me skip the cue for that. Never know we're going to need a sudden pumpkin. Alright, I'm going to continue stirring now that I got a pumpkin up. Somebody try it. I know several people are. Yeah, I started last week seriously looking for us a new J-bot because during the hurricane crap that we were watching Ryan Hall, y'all, and he's like the best YouTube meteorologist person. And he's got a y'all bot. I really want that y'all bot. I don't know if somebody made that specifically for him, but I seriously want a y'all bot like he has. If you watched any of his streams during the hurricanes, which he's been covering on 20 long streams, really good. Well, much better than you're going to get from a single station. Yeah, but I really want his y'all bot. Ah, pumpkin. Pumpkin. Works. It's too early to be Halloween. Man, half the month's here. It's almost Halloween. It ain't too early anymore. You letting them days slip by like we are. Like, oh, wait a minute, it's almost Christmas. And go to Lowe's and they got the trees out already. What's up, Mats? Yin Yet, what's going on? Say hey to everybody. Say hey to everybody, Jason. Hey, everybody. Hopefully this is not a Parker that I'm going to have to yell at. Shane, what's up? Dana? Dave A, Access. Aloha, Steven. Hey, what can we help you with?
So
Hey.
I tend to get 3 of these seats later.
Car?
Do I need to take it off of here?
No.
Okay.
3? You want to do plain brass or the color?
Plunging. It doesn't matter.
Plain brass are
Yeah.
250. Those are 375, but only on the round head, so we are out of a few of them there.
Mm-hmm. You don't want any particular thing. Okay, no, the plain ones are fine.
3 of them, you said?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. $8.10.
Okay.
Cut. No, it's discounted right now anyway, so you got 1134 altogether.
Okay. Yeah, I do.
Card. Okay. Let me get a key in here. Okay, just tap it there when you're ready. I don't have a camera. We're missing a camera here. Hold on. Tune in. my deadbolt camera, which is a camera that follows you, trips a lot of people out, and I just stuck my arm over it so it's looking straight up right now. I like followed my arm, and now it's over there just looking straight up for no. Okay, it moved back. I didn't know if it was going to time out or what, but it was just looking straight up. Okay, Alabama, where'd you go? Check the other cameras. They good? I don't know about that bottom left. Right. Okay, it works. Yay! Everything's going okay. For me, anyway. I'm stirring up my coffee here. I'm almost to the point where I can drink it. It has been fairly busy this morning, which is good, I guess. Just got a key made for this. Y'all remember this guy? Probably have a video out on it this weekend. I don't know about this weekend because I gotta go. I got stuff I gotta do tomorrow, but weirdo, weirdo. It looks horrible for a key, but literally, that's the key. Beep, beep. And I lament in the video that may or may not come out about how this is so close. This one almost didn't work. It could have been a tiny bit longer flag, but it's ridiculous. It was a 3-lever. We thought it was a 1-lever, but it was a 3-lever lock. 2 of them, all 3 were deep cuts, and then one of them had a slightly deeper cut. So that's done. And then that flat steel one also is I just got I got a key cut for it, and I noticed the levers weren't springing back up on one of them. So it is going to end up being a repair. I don't know if it's just too tight or we have a spring issue again, which that flat steel one, I've done videos on that. It's just a funny looking key. It's like saying, screw you, man. Screw you. Two levers in the middle. Long ass flag needed. Big hole. Everything is just irritating nowadays for a U.S. locksmith that works on those. And I don't know how much of the ranting I'm going to cut out of the video, because I did do a couple of takes on it when I realized that I was going off into left field about everything, customs, everything. But the main point of the story is I need a British, I guess, manufacturer or distributor of good quality key blanks who's willing to let me order. And I don't order a small amount of those. Every time I special ordered from Ilco, it was always like $400 or $500. I don't know what that turns into in euros or whatever, but and you know, some certain areas they like severely restrict trade, the customs. Like I need to know how much it's going to be to. Hey,
you wouldn't have an extra pen by chance, would you?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
You know, customs and all that. I don't know how that's going to pan out, but Ilco is just, nobody stocks them anymore. All my brass keys, they don't make the small diameter barrels anymore. They only make one size barrel. And there's only like 2 or 3 designs left. And I don't even know if there's designs like that. I know there's standard steel. But the only other ones we have is the C30M, which is this plastic metal zinc cast crap. When you cut it, it like, instead of cutting like metal, when you're cutting it on a slaughter, it like melts through it and like forms this little plastic, what do you call those things that hang off of a plastic mold, like when you're putting a model together, you know, and it's got those little tits that hang up, tits that hang off of the plastic. It's like that after you cut the key. It's just crap metal. So yeah, anybody know of any of you British overseas guys anywhere that has possibly brass made keys that have pretty designs? their catalog, they halved it when they came out with a new catalog. If you look at an old key catalog and a new key catalog, it's literally half the amount of designs that they used to have. I know about the BDK, but no, I'd rather find another source. Let's just put it that way. What company? I don't know what company. What, somebody needs to tell me what company. Company needs to call me and be like, yo. Yo, we got your keys that you want. And we can get them to you with minimal cost. Gonna be working. All right, take care out there. Be careful. Flag. They call that on plastic? I may have missed a comment. We had one, let's say, unique individual that came in yesterday and saw it moving, and she literally jumped back like a cat. And then she started laughing, and then she's like, that camera's following me. Kids love it because I have googly eyes on it. I mean, googly eyes make it, right? Going back to the van thing, Julian, what's up? I'm trying to, it's, you know, she's getting old, and I'm trying to keep the weight down, so I'm not putting in as many locks. I've literally got every box of residential. I'm not talking about commercial, because there I kind of have to keep a certain amount in there, 2 or 3 levers at a time. But with residential, we're nowadays kind of making people email us like pictures of their door. So I already know, we already before, you know, we got really hard with the email. It's like, you know, come on, if you want replacement locks on your house, just email us a picture of the door. If you can post on Instagram, you can figure out how to email a picture of a door. So we try to keep that in check. The only problem is when you're out rekeying a house and you're like, they don't tell you, you know, for a regular rekey, it's like, whatever, what kind of key do you have? What's the name on the latch say? If necessary, we'll say send a picture of one of them so we know what it is, because there is the weird crossover situations where here anyway, with residential, you have that generation of Wiser locks that had the Schlage plug. So if you simply say, what's your key style? What's the number on the key? And they say SC1. You think, okay, SC1. What color is your hardware? Brass. Okay, so you take a Schlage, and wait a minute, that's the reverse. There's a reverse situation of that. Anyway, long story short is you're thinking it's one kind of lock, and it's like another brand with a mix. So you would end up needing, instead of Wiser, you'd have to bring Schlage. Long story short, that's if they read the latch. So if they read the latch only, it'll say Wiser, when actually they have a Schlage key. So if they call in and they say, hey, I've got a broken deadbolt, and you say, hey, what's the name on the edge? And they say Wiser. Hey,
Good morning. Here's a duplicate.
how many?
One. I want 2 keys right there.
Okay, rekey, or you want it to be the same?
I want to be the same one.
Same key that
Yeah.
already is now.
Right. You close Thursday? You close Thursday?
No, 3:30.
Okay. All right. I get that back today?
Yeah, it only take about 5 minutes right now.
For that?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many of those?
Yeah, that was you.
2.
One.
And then.
Well, I can wait.
Yeah. How many keys you need?
Two of that one. I thought it was kind of complicated. I know y'all good, but I figured it's complicated. And I just go bring it back again. I usually top it off.
I'll take what I'm out.
How much does it cost to get a cheaper master lock? Does it work? You know, you get a lock on the gate or something and you don't lose the key.
Depends. It's
Okay.
just one lock. Usually it's just cheaper to buy a new one.
Okay. Yeah, there's one lot.
Yeah.
Now sometimes the big ones, if it's a big heavy duty one, I might be willing to get a key, but those little ones, nah.
Yeah, it's still, some of them aren't made to take apart.
Okay, well, yeah, okay, I'm not doing that either. Okay, all right.
There are ways, but it ends up being more expensive. Just because of how difficult it should be. Okay, that it?
Yep, right now. Okay, okay, so no questions, take them on right there.
Okay, 1890.
You know, tap. Put it in.
Tap or insert
Yeah.
it. Yeah, just stick it in like that.
Nah, I'm an old fella. Okay.
All right.
Wait.
Have a good one.
Bye, you too.
Oh, 100% he does, Jay. I didn't look, but 100%. Flashing for the plastic. Yeah, slag, that's what I was going to say. Slag is for like molten metal, right? Molten metal? What's up, Ken? Morning. I still don't have, well, I was on a tangent about something. Residential hardware. Can't remember where I left off, but long story short, like they say Wiser ends up being a Schlage keyway, and you have Wiser keyway deadbolt with you. So that kind of throws things off. The problem with it compared to overseas, and I see this a lot, that's why we rekey more as much as possible. I'd rather rekey, make the money pure profit minus pins, whatever, than go try to match up a finish and use hardware and reinstall it and all that. It, But when you get on a rekey and you think it's just plain rekey and you have like torn up knobs, in our instance, it's like old Wiser. Every day we're pulling those off doors and replacing them. So it's like I almost always have to keep master keyway deadbolts and door locks in the truck. And I've always tried to keep like 3 or 4 of each one because most houses are like 3 or 4 doors. So what I'm going to probably try to narrow it down to is like a hard cap on 1 or 2 of each one. You know, it's one of those things where I may regret it one day, probably will when I get somewhere. I got really lucky the other day. I had all my hardware here, well, most of it, but I had taken out 2 of the cheaper Schlage and set them aside for something else and put them in the wrong bin. And luckily I had done that. Otherwise, I would have been 35 miles from here and then wouldn't have had the right color hardware. So, yeah, I got lucky on that. That's the situations where we're like, you know, I'm going to take a bin. If I have to go like further away, I'll definitely like lug some of these plastic bins out to the truck. But just regular running around, especially doing commercial stuff and other things, I don't want to tote it on the daily. It's a pain in the ass loading and unloading it, but, you know, less poundage. It's like 100 pounds of hardware. I mean, yeah, it's got to be better for gas and shocks and everything, right? There we go, here we go. The flash, the leftover flash and the molding port stems are the sprue. What's up, Dutch Lockpicker? Anybody come up with nobody came up with a JMA Aldrich? I hadn't even looked at JMA. Do they have a selection of barrel keys? The camera following people. Yeah, it's strictly looking at the deadbolt most of the time. And I was going to get Carson out for this. Don't know if I almost need the size of Carson, but I also only need it for this, so I probably will just deal with last name Table, first name Clark. I think, and I do have to plug up the camera because we're gonna go up there and see how messy they are right now. Because I've been just randomly tossing stuff around. I've got a half-empty plastic bin I've been toting around. I got a inventory to see what I need because I know I need dark bronze, cheap Schlage, knobs because I used all of those on that job. And speaking of, that job was just supposed to be a rekey, and you know, oh, while you're here, can you replace these locks that aren't working on my garage door? Where'd all my small notepads go? That's what I want to know. They just disappeared. Thank you, Realtor Mark, for that. All right. Let's get started with stuff that I need. Schlage J. I hate those words. Hate those words. While you're here. And LSDA on the other side. And then how about some master down there? Let's see. Yeah, what are they going for? Like $15 each. Small cast polished metal. $2.50. Apple set of 12. Some of those look like the National. Some of those are just Ilco keys. Which actually, that's still a good price. See, yeah, prop. That's the only problem. A lot of this is like ornamental and props and stuff like that. So, skeleton key pendant necklace, ornate design, $72. So if I add a chain to this, I can sell it on Etsy for a minimum, what, $75? Totally should, man. Old keys, massive old geezer lot. $259 for just a bunch of mostly bit keys. Yeah, I just want a reliable supplier. Maybe one day. Where'd my comment section go? I lost you. Okay, there we go. While you're here equals dollars. That's true. Yeah, that's why I gave up getting real irritated. It kind of slightly missed me now because it's like, well, I just sold 2 more doorknobs, so whatevs. Whatevs. But on days where it's a tight schedule, it's irritating. Oh, I have 3 other buildings. If it's more than 1 or 2 other doors, I'll be like, you gotta have to reschedule for a whole bunch of other stuff now. I came out here for one thing. Playing a random junk off your knockoff service kit. Yeah, I'm pretty well set on the messy bench and everything, so I'm good on that. Let me get the camera plugged up. I think there's a customer about to come in and show me a picture of the doorknobs that he has, so we're going to wait for that to happen first. Is he? He asked me about it last week, and he's not, I guess. Okay, then run them. Guess you don't want it that bad. Guess you don't want it that bad. Okay, I was wrong. Let's, we don't have to do the mobile mic. We're going to get set up for this. I don't want to drag Carson out. He's pretty heavy. He's such a chunky boy. Y'all haven't seen Carson in forever. And honestly, I will be needing, should I bring out Carson? Kind of maybe. I'm thinking this year I'm not doing the live parade stream. Which is November, when is that? November, the 2nd Thursday of November, I believe to be our, oh, you're kind of warm back here, parade thing. But I'm not gonna do that this year. I'm just gonna hang out. Even though I kind of thought last year, I was like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool if we'd like make this bigger and bigger and have like loudspeakers so people around us could hear us. That would probably backfeed the mics. Damn it. So I don't know how that would work with the mic. I'm not that great of an audio technician, streamer to figure that part out. I'm sure there's a way, but all right, let me get geared up with this. Let me get the camera plugged in. Hey,
How's it going?
good. What can we help you with?
You might have it. I got some trailers. Do you have it in Locksmith then?
That's kind of really like an AutoZone type thing.
Hmm.
Don't get enough call for them.
I know what you mean.
places like Academy Sports, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
That have other boat supplies, Bass Pro. Yeah, don't really get much call for them.
I got a couple of these. Do a lot of things like you got right as long Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple of these.
Bring me that fruit back.
Give me the key.
Ready up?
Yeah.
Give me that. See, how you do it.
Thank you.
All right.
First name table, last name, no, first last name table. First name Clark. Okay, let me switch mics now. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oop, hey. All right. Oh, let me check the volume meter. Oh, that was the wrong button. Okay, it says 250%, so should be good. Go ahead and give me a mic check real quick while I do that. We'll grab the mobile comment section and mosey up front. Uh-oh, Mr. Beast has a new video out. Always does it at 12 o'clock on Saturdays. Okay, there we go. Mobile comments. Let me get last name table. First name Clark out. It is right here after all, so. I do have to set up the camera too. Boop. Boop. Perfect. Perfection. Let me go retail. Brazilian steak. Did I get the Asa padlocks pinned up? I did. They are happily swinging on gates right now. Should be. I'll be interested to watch their progression of how it colors. Does it get darker? Like I want to see it weathered in 6 months. Does the gray get silver get darker? Cheap blocks, but can you import from these people? Is the question. 56 euro cents. That's really cheap. See, oh, that's 905. That's going to be closer to, okay. I think I've run across some of these, the places that have RST. RST seems to be a manufacturer. Somebody said RST earlier. RST. Oh, it looks like, okay, there's a pipe blank. Oh my God, metric. That's the only thing about dealing with that is metric. Metric. Okay. Yeah. Definitely places to go for bit keys. And I've definitely wanted to get some of those. Because even though they're like ERA or whatever bit, they if you cut them down right, they fit. Like this TSO638 Erebus 8G steel Mortise blank. Looks like it would work great for our old antique single lever door locks on houses. And that's $1.21 a blank. So that shit would be like $7 for us. But depending on the customs fees and all that, it may end up being that much that way too. Either way, I just want more variety. Yeah, I knew that it was close. I mean, it was like not far off. Just want more variety. Where were we? Oh, you got to get this plugged up. Hold on. I'll be right back. You can. Oh yeah, camera's still working too. Yay! We never transferred the phones, did we?
The hunt for a busy policy has been deactivated successfully.
Yes, you have been. Okay, got that done. And we're gonna do this. Do not disturb. I've made the mistake before of doing a do not disturb and not pulling my phones back. Thus silencing regular customer phone calls. Okay. Whoosh. Whoosh. Let's see what we need and what I have. Because, again, it's all mixed up. I don't know what the heck. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I know they charge customs. We send stuff to them for certain areas. But I don't know about reverse. Not necessarily bit, but I'm interested in barrel keys. Unless it's just a bunch of like 21Bs and 24Bs and all that. I actually have a whole case of them over here. But like this is my mobile swing. I always thought about doing a video. I did a video on this, I just never published it. It was like 20 minutes after the fact. I was like, why am I doing a 20-minute video on barrel keys, which I do every day. But yeah, so I've got, this is my my go-to kit. Then we got a little tea light candle if I need it. No files in here that's separate, but like all the ones that I've cut over the years that have been not quite right. This is mainly so that I can go to a house, go through here, find one that opens the lock enough for me to get it out. And I'm surprised my ruby and gemstones have held up. These have been banging around. I grab these out all the time. True, I don't turn with it a lot, but yeah, I might try this again one day. These blanks are great. It's a natural ruby and emerald stones that I set into the little grooves of that. So this has been kind of beat around for the past couple of years. I'm surprised they're holding up, so I might offer that as a service, an expensive one. So, and then a bunch of flat steel keys, just opening kit really. And I actually had to use this the other day and had to make a key at somebody's house. Luckily, I had two of the same blank because they ended up wanting 2 keys. So I've actually got a lot of those already done. It's just like I want multiples of one style. Like when I find like this key, a little ostentatious. It's a slow mover. I'm surprised he picked it. That's just a little ostentatious. The more popular ones are like the like this kind of stuff. I mean, this is an awesome key for a factory key. You gotta give it that. It's sweet. And when you're looking at them in the Ilko book, it's like black and white. You would never know that it would be this cool of a key, right? Just how it's made. It's perfect. But it's a little short, so it may not work for some things. Like I'd like, and there was one that I got from BDK a long time ago before I swore I probably was never going to buy those from him again. Where there was like short and long versions, and that's a bonus because I always get a shorter one and a longer one. Even the same style with different hole depths, that kind of thing is pretty important. But stuff like that is just a sleek ass key, man. Compared to all their other ones, that one's pretty sleek. Sleek. Yeah, I'm not fond of aluminum house keys. Can you use a barrel key as a bit key? You can if you permanently attach something in the hole to make it a bit. Pokey outy. Instead of a pokey innie, you have to make it a pokey outy. So yes, you can technically. A ghetto way of doing it would be to thread a screw in there and cut off the head and then shape it down. That would be the best way to do it. The easiest way to do it would be to just thread a screw in there. You could even use a brass screw. And once you get it threaded in there, you can't really narrow it down because typically on those that has to go into a hole in the back of something. So if you make it if you take the threads off of it a lot, you're going to take out, what is the threads compromise of a screw? You've got like 90% to 10% talking about the solid part of the screw versus threads. So you have, if you take the threads off, it's going to reduce the diameter by a good 15-ish%. Yeah, it's not a great idea to do. You can if you have to, but yeah, let me get, what do we do? Oh, we need to check. Hey, Jay, you're back. I barely missed you, man. Because I wasn't paying attention. What's up, Locksmith? All right, time for the mobile comment section to move up front, and let's get looking to see what Jason has to order today. Don't forget your notepad, Jason. Okay. What up? All right, so this one in my truck, I took a I cut my Adrian steel. I had the open lids, and I took all that out and left like a bench in my truck that this fits perfectly in. This is on top of it as the first layer, and then I have the other Schlage, which is down here on the ground, as the second layer. So it makes it hard to get into this compared to this. Oh my God. I don't know how much that weighed, but that was weighty. Uh, so this is sitting on top of this. In other words, to get into here, I have to physically lift this up on in the truck and that's pretty much how I, dig around. I'll pop off the clip and I'll reach around in here and grab out what I need. And then if I don't need it, or it's just difficult for me to do that when I'm restocking. So that's one reason why I'm restocking right now. Two is because this thing is practically empty. It has all the Schlage keyway stuff in here, like a US 15 deadbolts and Schlage keyway. So this is a mix of everything, but it's all Schlage keyway. And US 5. So I got a single double in US 15. I got one single, one double. Even though it's master and LSDA, I can mix and match. They're close enough so that if I have to install two locks on a house, crap ass blister packs of double cylinders. These have ridden in here for quite a while. I hadn't used them. Obviously the reason is because double cylinder are more rarely used now. And stuff like this LSDA grade 3 deadbolt. It's a copy of the old B160s, but even worse. Something that I really don't want to sell, but if I need a 10B double cylinder in a Schlage keyway, and I don't necessarily want to use a 60 series, then I would use that. No latch, just parts. Like if I, for some reason, run up on one that won't pick, or I drop it on the ground, and dent it accidentally, which happens. Another double cylinder dark bronze. So knobs is really what I'm lacking here, because I got two single cylinder dark bronze right here. And then not even entry knobs. Now it's a lot more people choosing to go with passage. So I kind of have to have a couple of every color passage, right? 619, 619. We got keyed entrance, keyed entrance. I think all the parts are good in here. Yep. 619. What other cheap Schlage do I have in here? Old B160 parts, dark bronze, or antique brass. I really need to bag these up. I never really meant for it, but having them loose like this and hitting into the side is going to do nothing but scratch that up. So I'm actually going to redo that now that I have heavier plastic bags. I need to tend to that. I tried to do it a little bit with some paper towel, but I don't know why I totally missed that one. Do need to tend to that, kind of think about it. And I have several boxes, so that's a 62 double cylinder bright brass. In case I need parts for an old Schlage I run up on, I can just snatch them out of there. So several of those types of situations. All right, now see, why is this out? So why is there that bright brass, no latch? Hey, I was wondering where those went. Let me see what I got here. Double cylinder, single cylinder. That got crushed the heck in, didn't it? Single cylinder. Single cylinder age runs. No bolts. Oh, no, there it is. How did you guys... And that's the problem with storing these sideways, y'all, is everything slips crooked in there after a while. It's a little bit dangerous to the finish. Can't tell you how many times I've dug up one of these out of the truck and put it on, or started to put it on, and was like, look at that nice scratch. There's an A series brush chrome. Single cylinder, dark bronze, double cylinder, 619. Shut up. Shut up. Double cylinder, dark bronze, single cylinder 609, double cylinder 609. And really, I'd already started this whole process. There's another strut there. So I got 3 of the cheap satin nickel, plus what I keep in the shop. I keep a copy of all this literally right here behind the camera. A whole bunch of passage locks and a whole bunch of just random key locks over there. This is all about just what's in the truck. Ooh, kind of short on Schlage knobs, aren't I? Look at that old fella. What is this? That's a 162M, so that should be a complete double cylinder 160. Single cylinder 626, no latch, strike, different screws. Keeping this just for, I guess, the cylinder. Parts only, screws, thumb turn maybe. And then this one is a double cylinder 626 that I still have not been able to get the right tail pieces for. Those may be the right ones now. I'll have to double check that. For a while, I had to steal the tail pieces out of one of them, this one, and I never could order. I tried ordering replacement 62 series tail pieces and never could get them. You can get the grade 1 tail pieces. You can get the single cylinder tail pieces, but I was never able to locate. What is this deadbolt hole hiding in the hole down here? Oh, you are a double cylinder 609 right here. Okay, so I'm good on 609. I could use another single. I need a satin nickel. Good on that. 66, I really don't carry. This is a hauling closet, ACC, and something that's rubbed. It's in some type of finish. I don't know what it is. Dark bronze. All right, so let me get a pen and rewrite that since it got rubbed off. And I'm going to bring over something from over there. Got a passage 626 or 716 right there. Keyed entrance 605. These are the cheap Schlage. So 2 605s. I need cheap Schlage only comes in satin nickel, dark bronze, and occasionally polished brass. It's pretty. I don't even know if I can get polished brass anymore. So what I do need, Schlage J, I need the knob. So I need 2 J54 Stratus shape and 716. Let's go ahead and get 3 of those. And 3 single cylinder deadbolts. So that would be JD60 and 619. I'm just going to get 2 of those. And I'm good on double and single. Polished brass, the deadbolts, I would be using LSDA for that. So if I had to use this, I've got some removable cylinder, or not removable, not like IC, but where you can unscrew the cylinder and put in a different keyway cylinder. One thing we are going to do is get rid of this debris. Let me go get a paint. Oh no. Let me go get a paintbrush and brush it out. Well, these things can pick up a lot of debris in your vehicle. Yeah. All right. So going back into this, we have what else can I put in here? Because I'm still gonna have, even if I put 3 more knobs in here, I guess I could put the rest of the passage in here because it's a little bit more rare. So if I put in a couple of deadbolts and a couple more knobs, I'll still have kind of a bit of room to play with there. Passage would probably be good. In situations where I can convince somebody to, uh, instead of replacing a knob and a deadbolt, a keyed knob, maybe say, hey, you can do a passage knob and a deadbolt instead. That'd be cool. Especially on rentals. Most rentals are pushing for a passage knob, so they don't have to deal with people locking themselves out. Yeah, the tiger shark. I've seen one of those things. Ridiculous. Nope, wrong button. I still hadn't put it. Did I put a work one in? I did. Ooh, look at you, Jason. Look at you go. Biscuit knob keyed entry. Hey, you're not supposed to be in there. On the same token, I've only got polished brass, and I've got 2 antique brass, 1 bright brass. Sure. Yeah, I'm in desperate need of keyed knobs, aren't I? I kind of need 2 of everything. What did I do with my pen, y'all? Don't say you gave it away, that dude. I only gave him a cheap pen. So yeah, kind of got only 2 geo entries. So we need to do a Schlag here. Need a F51 PLY 505 times, we'll just say 2. Satin nickel is not here, so 619 times 2. I'm missing antique brass, aren't I? And 609 times 2. Just what I need in the truck. So what I usually do is I'll order 4 of each. So if I have 2 written down, that means I want 2 in the truck and I want 2 here in the shop. Especially on those. See, it really doesn't matter how I stuck them now, because once I get all that in, I will have to redo it. So for now, I'm just going to kind of throw it back in here. See, go that way. It does go that way. Some of these are packaged okay, I know. They got paper towel. Yep, that's got paper towel. So which old style double cylinder bright brass. Flip that right there. Antique brass small hole. Good for putting in over old antique mortise locks that are on doors. This one has bagged up B162. We can squeeze this in like this. Yeah. Oh, I can't see what it is though. Hold on. Let me go get a pen. B162. Bright brass. Yeah. Usually it doesn't include the latch though, because I've got a whole separate area for latches for the old Schlage. So what I would do is if I needed to match up something, I had a really ticky customer, that does not quite fit, does it? Okay, if I had a really ticky customer, I could be like, hey, you know, and I sell these honestly for more now than that as a historic. If you want historic items, you get to pay years of storage fees. All right, so I've only got one 619. Put that right there. This guy, bright brass, actually can go kind of in here. We bag that up. This thing was the no latch on it. No, we need to check this, and definitely no latch there. And a single cylinder bright brass. Which actually could come over here, honestly. Actually, all these Schlages could go there instead, and then maybe fill in the rest of this with... Hard to get to, you know. Maybe it would be a bonus having this all under here. As long as I leave room for the other ones. So we can kind of slip this in here, right? Yep, did this one have... Oh, no! Yeah, oh, no! Yep, that had paper towels. Everything except for that one for some reason. But I do need to put something in here to kind of... Let's do this. Just kind of jam it up. Because if I need a polished brass, even though this is Wiser keyway, or it's supposed to be Wiser, this was a manufacturer defect. It had the Wiser sticker, but it's a Schlage keyway. So if I need a Schlage keyway, this would be the same price bracket as the Schlage J. Therefore, I would take a latch out of over here if I needed a Schlage keyway. It's good to keep it regardless, because I can always steal a latch and replace it later, right? And then these two are just parts. But yeah, that's gonna clear that up. Keep this out of the way, and bring in these maybe for right now. You're not gonna fit, are you? You're gonna do that, so let's go double single, double double, double double, double double, double single right there. Alright, so Holland Closet 609, Holland Closet, Plymouth and Geo. People are pretty ticky about it. I wish that wasn't the case, but you either have humps or you don't have humps. Oh, that's not going to fit. But... Oh, yeah. Like I said, I'll have to rearrange this all again once I get to... Alright. Well, the one good thing about this is on top, so I can actually stack stuff up. This has to stay under that level. Okay, that solves that problem. Let me move this over here. Yep, put this on just like it would be in the drawing. Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. See, those two stay in my truck most of the time, like permanently, just because it's so hard to get them out. This is the one that I take in and out. And we're actually pretty decent on hardware right now for the Wiser stuff. Wiser / Quickset. But it's still a little too messy here, obviously. Again, this is on top of this. And we pretty much still have this in good order. I don't think I need many of these. 32D. I think I still did need US 5 antique brass. Yep. Because there's only pretty much good on all double and single cylinder of both grades. US 3, US 3 double. Yep. US 5 double right there. I thought I did have, here it is, US 5 78 series. Okay, so what does that say? Missing inside trim, front plate. 11P. Good on that. I do need some more oogs. We'll say 3 of those. My 20s and my 70s are kind of mixed up in here, and that's throwing me off a little bit. .32D. That's a 25R, 20R, 25R. Now, see, now I've got a 25R next to some 78s. US 5, which should be, in theory, if I didn't have this crap in here, would take over in this area. See, it's not going to fit. I don't have anywhere to put this one, so it has to stay out. Which actually, that's okay, because once again, this one's on the lower level, this one's on the higher level. You know, I did swear that I was going to narrow this down, but again, this is the one I only throw in the truck when I know I've got, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. This 3. What we got over here? We got some latches down here that actually should be there because those are LSDA latches. And antique brass single cylinder, so Wiser keyway again. So these are kind of duplicates. In other words, I've got this and this are pretty much the same. I could equip a house with 4 locks. So I really only need to be carrying either or one of each or something like that. All right, what do we got here? Rim. Yeah, see, I would never find that. This is my rim stuff needs to go in a separate area. All right, polished brass, hall and closet, polished brass, keyed entry, antique brass, polished brass, keyed entry, antique brass, keyed entry, antique brass, keyed entry, keyed entry, antique brass. Satin nickel. And there's a 78 series US 5, which is the same as this. Okay. Off camera after the live, what I'm probably going to end up doing here is just getting hardcore about taking some of this out to make it fit right and putting it over here with all this other hardware, which is keyed entry anti-brass. So 1407, 1408, 1408 key to light. Just for the randos that come in, there's a satin nickel keyed entry right there that I've got here. See, there's only one, I think. So really I need to bring, nope, there's two. There's one right there. Ah, in my hand. Okay, double cylinder satin nickel, double cylinder satin nickel, keyed wave lever, aged bronze double, aged bronze double, aged bronze, brass, brass, bronze, bronze, passage, brass, brass, and antique brass. This could knob aged bronze. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not necessary. Totally not necessarily. Maybe 1 or 2. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna just remake an area over here. I kind of need a new table for this section, right? Like, we've got. It's not a great display of hardware, so I think that's it for right now. I will come agonize over this Monday morning and figure out what I want to do over there. Last thing is this. Yeah, LSDA levers. Take that into account. Oh, I know what I need. Wiser under there. The last of my wiser. That thing used to be the same as the LSDA one. Full all the time. So sad. Screw you, Wiser. Anyway. That's it. That's it. I'm going to figure out this whole little section. Choop. Let me get the mobile comments. Okay. All right. No, we're good. Appreciate it. Indicator deadbolts. I used one of those the other day. That's actually that's what is that? The Arrow or the Sergeant? Not Sergeant, but my preferred one is the Schlage version. So that would be Schlage indicator deadbolts. I needed ×2. And I have actually talked to our sales rep with IDN about this. Wayne came in the other day. And I wanted to talk about, it's only 12:23. WTF. Boy, this day's dragging, isn't it? I wanted to talk about mic switch. Okay. I wanted to talk about the surge, the uprising of indicator locks. Will be a future video. We're going to chat about that on video in future. Not live, but just a video where you can leave your thoughts and comments on it. But they are pushing for all schools to have that on every door now. Yeah, LSDA does have them. I've never actually tried the LSDA versions of indicator. The problem with the Schlage is if you cut that bar too short, you're screwed. You know, you gotta be super careful cutting that bar. Uh, but yeah, everybody's going indicator mainly because when police are storming down a hallway, chasing an active, you know whatter, they want to see that the doors are locked. They want to be able to visually see. So they're pushing that for all skulls. And what gets me is besides the price, is now you're talking about. So I started thinking, I was like, okay, well, you know what? I can throw this at some of my skulls and say, hey, need to swap car with the Sunrise guy next time he parks outside. Using new. So yeah, Schlage hasn't, but now they're ugly. Schlage's, I think it's either Schlage or Elysian has one that wraps all the way around so that when they're storming down the hallway, they can see it from an angle, you know, see that they're all locked. But what gets me is, you know, I start thinking about some of my skulls. And you if you count doors, yes. But then you have like classrooms versus utility closets, maintenance closets, janitorial closets. So now you're talking about, do we outfit every single door? In theory, if there wasn't an indicator lock on a door that was a maintenance door, that wasn't an obvious maintenance door, is that gonna cause he almost hit his head with he dropped the box. Anybody that loads dollies, y'all, knows not to just drop the box with your head right there at it. Like it did this and it came super close. I don't want to see you knocked out, bro. I mean, it would be, if you were okay afterward, it would be a little funny, but sometimes it's not okay afterwards. So don't do that. You're new too. I've never seen you before, bro. He's definitely not watching the stream. And it's obvious he's new because he's actually working fairly quickly. So you have all these maintenance closets, janitorial closets. And if they're building a new skull, they're going to be putting these on those doors too, just to maintain the look, right? And you don't need it to know whether it's locked or unlocked on a maintenance closet. So you have the choice of either having regular lock versus indicator versus regular versus indicator, but then you're going to have the designers, what do you call them, the idiots who draw pretty pictures and make contractors work triple for nothing, just for your idiotic design. So yeah, those people, they're going to be like, oh no, we must choose the nouveau lever with the blue, and they all have to be alike, even though there's only one classroom in this hall and the rest of them are maintenance other doors. So you must spend $3,000 per door instead of $400 per door because I think it's the best way to do so. One of those cigarette holders with the stick. Yeah. Think about how many. I know that's the next. There was a guy that used to run a locksmith downtown Jackson. He had a armored car. The gas killed him too. Architect, yeah, that dude. Yeah, did something give it away? Is that pretty much how they act? So yeah, maybe our days of drilling deadbolts are over. I mean, they still have their place, right? But now that they have indicator privacy levers, do we really have to drill anymore? Obviously, one motion egress. If you have a deadbolt on there, it's another reason. They're ugly. You don't understand. You need a diagram. The whiteboard's trapped by the table right now, and it's full. Sorry. At some point, you're going to get me with the wrong link. Ooh, double-sided bit keys. We don't see that a lot. But look at them, 32 freaking pages. 530. Oh, wait, that's a tool. Let's say that's an expensive ass key. Oh, wait a minute. You sent me to the right page, too, and everything. Let me click that link again. Wait. Where's my chat? Damn it. Dang it. Okay. Which page was I on? Yeah, see, there's just a lot of JMA. CSUP. No, no good. Double bit keys are no good for me. Hey, except in the rare situation. But this is actually good to know. They have all the offset versions and everything. JMA does have a lot of them. I guess that's the overseas Moturo. Moturo sounds like a motorcycle. That's you guys over there in Britain and stuff that this is like a daily where you have those expensive ass machines. Oh, there's some hollow ones. Where you have those expensive ass machines that clamp those double bitted ones up and you just key in the manufacturer because they all go by the same. Yeah, ooh, offset ones too. Ooh, look at that. Those are interesting looking. And so cheap. That is crazy cheap. But I guess since they're just like normal over there, that is unbelievable. Literally, if these are like whatever that is that a euro? That can't be a euro. Where is this? Finland. So whatever currency Finland uses, it's like less than a Coke here in the U.S. This is a ridiculous price for blanks. If we were to buy those here, they'd be like $40-something. And I wouldn't have anything to cut them now. I mean, those are so rare. Even regular machines, you can't hold the blank. Pretty neat to think that y'all have to deal with that all the time. See, y'all, it's just like dealing with I guess. It sounds so far much more complicated. Rune's over there laughing about this. Oh, a double flag. Urabara. Oh, a Motura Urabara. Wow. Damn. That's amazing. If y'all click that link and go to page 7. The first one on that page is double flag. It's got two stacks of flags on it. That's crazy. But the pricing is the craziest thing. Oh, there's some more hollow ones. Oh, not very many though. It seems like more of a double flag over there than barrel. All their barrel keys seem to be kind of plain. Great resource if you need double flag ones like that. The only time we see these here is with antique roll top desk. It's literally the only thing I ever see double flag. Not double flag, but just single double flag. And even then, it's like 2 levers, maybe 3 levers. At most of the time, 2 of the 3 levers, like in this case, are the same height. No manufacturer, specifications to go by. You just literally have to get in there and file it, like I did that. You'll see in the video, if I ever publish it, that I called it. I pretty much called it when I took it apart. I was like, this key. And I drew on the blank with a Sharpie. And it ended up a little bit deeper than I thought it was going to be, but I was pretty much spot on. I don't know. It'd be pretty cool to go over there and like learn how to deal with that and like do it on a daily for a while. I'd totally be into that. For how long? I don't know, but I would totally learn. I'd totally enjoy learning how that type, how seeing the commonality of it. Seeing a few extra barrel keys. Nothing fancy-headed. Tons of difference. I had no idea. Y'all had that many. Man, I knew there was a lot, but I didn't know there were so many variations like that. Finland. Finland, y'all wanna bring me over for a little while? Let me kind of get a work visa for that. Like, we don't want you over here. You don't need to know. And it would be kind of one of those things where you learn it, but then you never have a chance to do anything with it for the most part. So it's kind of pointless. Not pointless to learn it, but in a way it's kind of pointless because, but you come back here and what do you do? What do you do with that knowledge? There's not a lot you can do with it. And some of y'all from overseas actually still have some still have those locks that some people have sent me. They're just regular bit. Of course, the one that Rune sent me. Wait, which screen am I on? Am I on my face cam? I'm not. When the Rune sent me, still have it here. As an example of how locks should be, right, Rune? I just wish that's all we had to deal with. Like, bloop, bloop, instead of all that crap that I did earlier. Same thing. And then like this union that somebody sent me from overseas a long time ago. Sent me a whole box of stuff. Can't remember who it was. It's just a daily thing for them. And if somebody brought this in, I'd be like, "5B Ilco blank." Yeah, I grab this and just copy it onto it. I have to cut off the sides a lot. But over there, y'all just keep every one of these so you have the exact shape. You don't have to cut down the sides or do anything like that. You just grab your union, whatever number this is, and possibly even have some pre-cut ones, I guess. I don't know. Probably not. Y'all probably may have a few pre-cuts like we do, but overall it could be anything. I don't know, the 3 lever, and y'all got like a British standard 5 lever now. Definitely wouldn't have pre-cuts on that. I don't know, it'd be cool to learn, but it'd be kind of an expensive lesson, It's an expensive, pointless lesson for an American. What else I got? I got a chub over here too. I don't know if you could hear that, but I said I had a chub still in a blister pack over there too. Was it Ian? I don't think it was Ian. I want to say it was somebody who doesn't really. I don't see that much of anymore. I don't want to be the reason to piss all the other future locksmiths off, Ryan. It may have Ian sent me some, but somebody else sent me like right around the same time. And they were around a lot. I can't remember. I've got it all back there. I keep all my paperwork, so I'd have to track it down. Thank you again. They're collector's pieces. Yeah, Ken, I got to check the date on that. I'm not sure if that's not what we can't really say much, but it may not be possible. They're super strong. Interior mortise lock. The 4 pre-cuts. I kind of hate those, but yeah, they still make them. And I've got a few of the assorted pre-cuts, but they're not really on the same standard at all as some of those that I've got sent to me. Not at all. Like super lame compared to that. You're talking about stamped parts compared to like machined parts. I'm sure if I opened up that chub, it would be. I've got to check. It would be much more finely machined. What chub is it? Oh, wow. That one. Behind all that stuff. My international section. It's got a little diamond thing on right here. It's a DS 3621 dash, or some call it 2007. I want to take it out and play with it so bad. But also don't. It's more valuable in package. Don't take it out of the package. You'll ruin its resale value. Right? Isn't that how that works? I just want to like take it out and cycle the key a few times and go, ooh. And then it would just hang there for the rest of its life again. Probably should one day. So-and-so sent this to me like 4 years ago, and I'm just now doing a video on it. I think I did an opening video. Pretty sure I did, way back when. Probably like 4 years ago. It's probably an opening for that. Old videos. And I never opened it. Again, it's more of a curiosity piece here. It's not like I can go install it somewhere. I should go install it somewhere, right? I should go slap it on somebody's house. It may have been Gav. Yeah, somebody. I don't know. And you know, another good thing, if I decide to just like make, I don't really pick a lot of those. Usually I just use keys that have been cut down to various sizes. That lets me pick my way in to be able to make a key for it. You know, I'm always dealing with less than 3 levers for the most part. And worst case scenarios, having to impression it. So, yeah, there's no real reason for us to be picking lever locks here either. When they're mostly only a step above, like a warded key. You just grab a handful of keys and you can, most of the time, wiggle them open. Especially door locks. Nothing like that. These are the complete warded Denzinger keys. See if I get blocked. You know, I've got a customer. So I've got a customer with those. Are these like the super big profiles? Because I've got a customer with one of those. And her key slowly got worn out and worn out. And like now I was like, maybe you can send the key and they can braze on some more metal on top of the key. It was one of those funny profiles. I thought there was a hell of a lot more than that. There used to be a site that had like a whole catalog of them. I mean, literally hundreds of them. But I think it was pretty much all kind of the same profile, but maybe different lengths and different heights and stuff. It was kind of hard to understand. So there's only 64 of those. Are those standard or the big old keys? Them big old keys. I'll save that. Save image as locks. I used to have the link, or I downloaded the catalog or something of that. They used to have it online as a PDF catalog, but it was like a 40 to 60 page catalog with nothing but there were some regular, you know, flat type, but most of them had all those funny wavy profiles and stuff. I don't know what she ever did with that. I'm sure 1 year I'm gonna hear again from her because like she calls me once every 3 or 4 years. And even though I knew of that catalog's existence, like, how do I order those? Who do I go through? Who actually keeps those? Does somebody keep those? Those were on interior doors back in time. Well, this is a big ass wardrobe, like you would see in that stupid British kids movie, Flying the Witch in the Wardrobe. Yeah, one of those big ass wardrobe that she uses as an office type thing. And it's a vertical rod, believe it or not. Surface mount, vertical rod, barrel key, surface mount, rim type lock. Key goes through the wood, escutcheon, big nice fancy escutcheon, into the rim lock that has the bars that go all the way up and down. Which is probably why when you turn the key, the bars at the top have hooks. So when you turn the key in the lock, the hooks, like, it's not going up and down, it's like turning. And it's got a on one side of the door, and it like basically hooks into a thing in the door. Oof. It's obviously imported from somewhere overseas, Germany, Britain, somewhere like that. All right, 12:46. Let's go ahead and start getting wrapped up, y'all. Let me turn this off, save some battery. Oh, the battery's dying anyway. Let's go ahead and change the battery on the mobile mic, so we won't have to worry about it next week. But I just saw it blinking, so we'll go ahead and get that changed as we're wrapping up. Let there be red. Was your box from Daryl? Daryl sounds familiar. Yeah, what is up, y'all? And an HPC box, too. Yep, that looks like from Daryl. Daryl and somebody else actually had sent me some simultaneously. I don't see the chub in this one. He did send me those chocolate creams. Those were good. Maybe he sent me two different boxes. I think it was two different boxes that he sent me. Yeah, that was one of them. I got like two at once. I think it may have been him sending it because he had forgot to send something else. Anyway, I don't see him too much anymore. Pretty sure every so often he pops in and says hey. But, yeah, we'll do a video on this one day. How long ago was that? Let me go back to that. Oh, click on that link. Was 6 years ago. Whew. Time flies when you're having fun, right? 6 damn years ago. Turn off. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, y'all. Oh, I was supposed to change the batteries, wasn't I? That's what I was doing. Hold on, let's change the batteries. We'll go ahead and get disassembled in the meantime. Lock, close, disassemble! Didn't want to disassemble. There it goes. There you go. Let's see, double A. We'll use this one and this one. Never mix and match your batteries, but I've got two random batteries here, so that's what we're going to use. Nah, I can't bring myself to use two different types of batteries. I just can't do it. Oh, check this out. I usually buy these things from Amazon. Oh, I forgot I had those. So, I always buy like 24 packs or whatever for double A's because of trilogies for Schlage electronic locks. I started, I don't know if this is just a fluke, but they always came loose. They start packaging them in the box, sealed up in 4-packs. I was like, yay. That is awesome. Thank you very much for doing that. Okay, you're good to go. We don't have to remember next week, do we? No, we don't. And I'm going to go tidy this up after we leave and get it ready to get thrown back in the truck on Monday or whenever the next day is needed. Monday is Columbus Day, y'all. It might not affect, it's not going to affect us any. We're going to be open, but happy Columbus Day, right? Isn't it Columbus Day? I think that's what it is. The only reason I know is because we have a military contract and they've already told me not to come Friday or Monday. They got a 4-day weekend, 4.5-day weekend, honestly. So that's the only reason I even realized that it was technically a holiday Monday. Because he was like, don't come Friday or Monday because we're not going to be here. I was like, wow. Sometimes they're not there on Mondays anyway, so I just pretty much ignore Monday altogether. But I was like, why aren't you going to be there Friday? Slackers. Oh, it's a holiday. Is it? Yeah. Which, okay. No USPS either, I think. You buy the 100 packs, your kids have too many battery uses. Yeah, I stick with about the 24 packs, but we have them on that repeat order because usually we're out before the repeat order comes in. How exactly do we have a happy Columbus Day? You never know. Columbus, official Columbus Day, whatever. What does the calendar say? Columbus Day and, like y'all just said, Indigenous Peoples Day. This is not a nationwide holiday. It may not be observed in your region. Columbus Day. This is not a nationwide holiday. Repeats every year on the second Monday of October. Yom Kippur was yesterday. What else we got coming up? Halloween is on a Thursday this year. Oh my God, I can see the Facebook post now. What day do we go trick or treating? You're not supposed to do it on a weekday. So it'll be like Thursday and Friday. Day of the Dead is coming up in November. Weird. Okay. Daylight savings time is over Sunday and November 3rd. Got Veterans Day in November. Election Day, oh Lord. Thanksgiving is Thursday this year. So, yeah, and that means Christmas is going to be in the middle of the week. So I thought about this last year because we kind of had a shitty, and I even said last year, I was like, it's going to be kind of crappy for Christmas this year because it literally lands on a Wednesday. So most people kind of take off, some people work like we work Christmas Eve. Sometimes I'll come up here for a few hours. But now that's going to put us at Monday and Friday. Technically aren't holidays. You got Christmas Eve on Tuesday, Christmas Day on Wednesday, and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa start on the 26th. So Thursday. So it's really going to screw up the week this week. Like most average people are going to have to work Monday, some a Tuesday, and then honestly, the 26th is not a holiday unless you're Jewish. So some places are going to be like, we're working. Thursday's not a holiday. Christmas is over. Whereas when it's like on a Thursday or Friday, you can get away with having a 4-day weekend. So that's kind of crappy this year. And New Year's Eve the next week, midweek. It's just not a great time of the year. Not a great, what am I trying to say? Not a great, and then next year, it'll be a little bit better next year because that's going to push it to like Wednesday, Thursday. Some employers will be like, yeah, we'll let you off Friday too. But just this year, it's just a crappy time, 26th is Boxing Day. I'm talking about U.S. based. In the U.S., in most normal businesses, life goes back to normal on the 26th, unless it happens to land on a Saturday or Sunday, and you normally have those days off anyway. And I guess we don't have a very big Jewish population here, so places like that up in New York are places with a heavier Jewish population. I guess that's good for them because maybe they get a 4-day weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hanukkah first day. Well, I don't know. I think is anybody here Jew? Do you go work? Do you get off that day? I guess you get off that day, but I know it's like several days long. Either which way, it's just crappy. It's just crappy time of the year for holidays. Just fall on the crappy middle of the week. Screws up the whole week. You were slammed in the shop around Christmas. I know. It was on Christmas I was slammed. Wasn't it on Christmas? That's one good thing is we won't have any holiday interruptions for the live, right? Largest population in the world. Yeah, we've only got like 5 to 8%, if that. I mean, there's only like a couple of synagogues around here. And you don't really even hear much of them. They're like just quiet. I know where one is, and I'm sure there's more than one, but Denmark's normal to go home before Christmas and not come back till after the New Year. Yeah, I don't think that. Most places don't let us get away with that. So yeah, Halloween is on it. What was that? Oh, crunchy. Halloween being on a Thursday, we don't get to do dress up. It kind of doesn't make sense for me to dress up the week before, the 26th, because that's like 5 days away from Halloween, and then Halloween's on a Thursday, so it would not make sense at all for me to be dressed up on the next Saturday after that. So I don't get to dress up this year. It's just sucky holiday dates this year. Won't be good again until not next year, but the year after that. Then we'll be able to get back into the 4-day weekends. But then a year or so after that, it's all going to land on Sunday and Saturday, where some people already have off, and really not be great. So I'll probably for Christmas, since Christmas Eve's on the Tuesday, I'll probably work a full day Monday. And we'll probably be closed the 24th and 25th, and then be back first thing in the morning Thursday, 26th. Yeah. and I've got to go out of town several weekends. We might have to be, that's why I was saying I don't know what date it was, but actually, as every year, we're going to have a field trip one of these days, and I think it's actually possibly two. I don't use my calendar as well as I should be. Lunar New Year. I like how I've added certain things into the calendar dates as a reminder. $7,000 series combo locks are called Shabos locks. Yeah, I told our field, our IDN rep about that. I was like, you wouldn't believe he sells like 1 billion of them a year. And I've literally seen one before in my life here. And he's like, really? I said, yeah. I said, our website here and our IDN doesn't even show them a stocking anywhere. Obviously, they can special order them, but like it's not even a stocked item on our IDN website. And then Jay over here putting in 53,000 of them a day. He was like, that's crazy. And then he said, who does he use? And I said, and he's talked about IDM, but there's like a, and he's like, oh, he probably uses so-and-so. I was like, yeah. Crazy. I should special order one and like try to push it here. Like be like, hey, I sell these. If you're from New York and you move to the South and you're familiar with these and want one, I've got it. I can put it in for you. Oh yeah, speaking of, somebody subscribed last week, and I was like, yo, you're subscribing way too late. So say hey this week. Did anybody verify that they were the ones that subscribed last week? I don't know. I missed all that. So thank you for being here. Once again, just like last week, you subscribed at the very last minute, and we're finished. We're closing this out. We're done. Take a quick peek around. Yeah, I know who the blue truck belongs to. He gets a pass. Have him check your account. I told him you order a shitload of them. He was just as boggled, and he's more U.S. He's been around. He's familiar with all the. I mean, he is the national sales rep, but or the main dude. But he's like, yeah, that's crazy. They sell that many. They can't use keys, right? They can push buttons. They can't use anything electronic, and they can't use keys, is what I have learned from Jay's channel. Which I don't understand, but I'm also not Jewish, and I'm not schooled in that religion because it's so rare here. Like, I never had Jewish friends or anything to understand the things like that. Yeah, no electric, no key, physical keys too. Yeah, y'all have a great one. Thanks for joining in today. We're going to go to the end screen. We got to get out of here before that subscriber is able to say anything to us. No, I'm just kidding. They can if they tie it to them. They can use the key if it's tethered to them. Like a lanyard? Does that count? I thought that was the whole point of popular push-button locks. But none that orthodox. I mean, it's like, I'm pretty sure I went to school with one, but it was so, unfortunately, south. Even back then, it was never like an open thing. They would never, wear they tried to blend in as much as possible. But I'm pretty sure it was Jewish. still like a lanyard, or like physically, like you have to tie a string around your wrist, or like attached to your belt? So like a pocket watch style where you pull it out and what tied? When you say tied, can it be clipped on with like a pocket chain, like a biker chain, you know, hanging out your pocket? Or does it literally have to be tied on? We want to know before we go, Jay. We need to know how they tie them to the. Thank you. The hang on. Oh, I know you're probably being a little sarcastic with that, but I get it. But hang on. So yeah, it's kind of like a biker chain, right? Like it just has to be. Yeah, I get it. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Some people don't know how to hit that thumbs up, Lady Locks. It's just the way of the effing world, right? All right, y'all, I gotta go. Clean up the mess that I made earlier. Everybody have a great weekend. Have a good Columbus Day if you so celebrate it, or an Indigenous Peoples Day. The tire closed says the key was on. I flipped it to open. Huh. Who knew? You learn something new every day. What was it I learned on Discord the other day from a guy, Locksmith over in Britain? I think it was Regent. Fairy liquid? Fairy liquid is Dawn. It's just their own brand of Dawn. They don't have Dawn. I kind of thought they just had Dawn. I thought everybody had Dawn. No, they have fairy liquid. Literally, it's brand fairy. Dawn is fairy. It's dishwashing detergent. Hand soap or whatever. It's fairy liquid. Who knew? Now you do. If you didn't know before, and you are a dumb Westerner like me, fairy liquid is Dawn dishwashing detergent, or Dawn soap, Dawn hand soap. Who knew? Now you do. All right, thanks for joining in, y'all. At least you learned one fucking thing today, all right?